with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News Nowcast.
Hey, good morning on your Thursday, Facebook Live. We do appreciate you jumping on as we check some of the stories that we're following for you at Erie News Now, and beginning with the latest on that drowning and water rescue along Erie's bayfront from last night. Lots of questions this morning for investigators. It's now a confirmed drowning death. A teenager who was under the surface of the waters of Presque Isle Bay for close to half an hour last night. The entire incident started around 8:45 Wednesday evening, not too far from the Bayfront Convention Center. That's where emergency crews were called for that 17-year-old male who had gone into the water and disappeared underneath a dock. It took about 20 minutes of searching by these water rescue crews before they were able to locate that 17-year-old and get him out of the water. And the coroner's office does confirm to Erie News Now this morning that teen was pronounced dead last night. They're still not releasing his identity at this point, and we still don't know exactly why he went into the water in the first place. But again, that 17-year-old rescued from the waters of Presque Isle Bay last night has officially been pronounced dead. That investigation continues. Meantime, an Erie woman starting off her Thursday in jail, charged with the murder of her brother. Happened Wednesday here along East 28th Street. A deadly stabbing, according to police. The coroner says 25-year-old Marcus Moore died from a stab wound to his neck. And police have now charged his 22-year-old sister, Maya Moore, with that murder. So far, no word from investigators on exactly what they believe led up to this deadly stabbing. Maya Moore, again, starting off her Thursday in the Erie County Prison with no bond set. Well, some restaurants across major U.S. cities taking a new step to try and stop the spread of COVID-19. They're asking customers to prove they're vaccinated before they come in. So could that sort of vaccine passport thing happen here at home? Erie News Now's Elena Jonathan takes a closer look.
Over on the bayfront, just yesterday, Scott Enterprises opened up a brand new outdoor dining space. This is just another addition to the enterprise, owning 2 resorts and over 12 restaurants in our area. According to their website, these systems see over 4 million customers a year. With so many people sitting down for a bite to eat, and other major cities taking steps towards requiring patrons to show proof of their COVID vaccination before they're able to get a table, some might be wondering how local restaurants will be tackling this issue. Nick Scott Jr. is the owner of Scott Enterprises. He says he can't see his restaurants making people show proof they've had the jab in order to grab a bite.
We do not require our employees to get vaccinated. We encourage our employees to get vaccinated. Many of them have, in fact, most of them have. And so, we're following the guidelines, but we really feel like the vaccination is the answer to this. I think, we encourage everyone that's out there that has an opportunity to get vaccinated.
When Jonathan reporting, you can add Penn State Barron to the list of local spots where they're asking folks to mask up. Yeah, effective immediately. Penn State University overall requiring masks indoors on all of its campuses, and that's regardless of vaccination status. University leaders do say that on-campus activities are going to go on as scheduled, but students, faculty, staff, even visitors all need to know the Penn State campuses are asking you to wear those masks indoors, and they say it'll stay that way until the COVID surge subsides. And folks attending this year's Crawford County Fair in a couple of weeks, they have a chance to get vaccinated right there. The state's Association of County Fairs offering up vaccine clinics at 4 of those fairs across Pennsylvania. On that list, the Crawford County Fair. And as we've been reporting, the CDC's labeled Crawford County's COVID transmission rate as high. Crawford County, one of just 3 counties across all of Pennsylvania with that designation. The Meadville Medical Center is set to run that vaccine clinic at the Crawford County Fair. The 75th edition of it runs August 21st through the 28th. And it looks like an especially fun weekend ahead in Erie's Little Italy neighborhood. The St. Paul's Italian Festival is making a comeback. Yeah, volunteers at the church over on Erie's west side have been busy getting everything ready for the festival's return this weekend. Lots of food, yeah, plenty of sausage available. All those food favorites making their return. Some of the vendors, games, and other entertainment is also returning to St. Paul's this weekend. The Italian Fest actually starts tomorrow and continues through Sunday, 16th and Walnut here in Erie. Out in western Erie County, Girard specifically, the annual Dan Rice Day celebration is back this afternoon. It's all about celebrating the legacy of Dan Rice, a longtime circus owner, circus performer, who called Girard home for years. They're going to have crafts and vendors, along with music, a photo contest, a bake sale, a whole lot more. Dan Rice Days out in Girard runs through the weekend. And we need some good weather for those sorts of events, David.
Yeah, and we certainly have had some pretty good weather as of late. Right now, as we check out our beautiful bayfront, some folks out on boats this late morning hour, and we are heating things up. If you're going to be out on the lake today, very light winds overall. If you're taking the kids down to the beach. Rip current threat will be low, so a lot of stuff working in our favor for those outdoor activities. Hey, you know, one thing about living by a Great Lake is that we don't have to deal with hurricanes. Now, if you are maybe traveling over the next couple of months, farther south into the southeast U.S. along the Gulf Coast or maybe to the Caribbean, looks like we're going to have a fairly active season. Now, this outlook, this is an update basically to the initial report earlier in the season. Now, we are expecting an above average season with up to maybe 21 named storms. Hurricanes are on 7 to 10, and of those storms, Category 3, Category 4, Category 5, we could be looking at about 3 to 5. So hopefully those plans over the next couple of months do not get impacted by the tropics, but obviously that is for folks who will be vacationing over the next few months. You can see right now we're dealing with temperatures lower middle 70s, feeling pretty good out there, getting a little rise in that humidity, but still not feeling too bad. Futurecast will bubble up maybe a shower or two as we get into the second part of the afternoon. Managed to see a shower around like Spartansburg, Tityute yesterday afternoon, and that's how sparse those showers will be. So you have a better chance out this way as we head into the latter portion of the afternoon. And then on a Friday, there's a chance an isolated shower could roll through, even for areas closer to the lake shore, but still not looking at any sort of significant rain there. We'll look to the weekend, potentially as we get into your Saturday. That may be our quote-unquote best chance for rain, but we're looking fairly sunny out there. A few more areas of clouds towards Wattsburg, Union City, at least those scattered clouds during the afternoon. If you would see a shower out there towards the Titusville, Spartansburg area, temperatures around 80 degrees, and maybe a very stray shower for you guys into Warren County. We'll talk more about how much the heat builds and if we can hit any records. That's all coming up in just a moment.
First, though, the folks at Forbes magazine, they have named a new woman as the richest female musician in the world. And we're not talking Taylor Swift, Beyonce, or Dolly Parton. So, drum roll. Yeah, it's Rihanna. Yeah, the 33-year-old singer. She's had a pretty successful singing career, but apparently that's only responsible for a portion of Rihanna's $1.7 billion in net worth. Most of it comes from her luxury cosmetics brand, Fenty Beauty. The folks at Forbes estimate Fenty's actually brought Rihanna some $1.4 billion, and that's a brand that just launched 4 years ago. And no, Rihanna, we don't need that umbrella, at least for the next couple of days. And I suppose, David, if sunshine were some sort of tangible commodity, we'd all be rich today.
And I guess she could afford a diamond encrusted umbrella if she, you know, if you're just buying something to buy it now over the next couple of days. Yeah, you can see we are fairly dry out there. Those isolated shower chances more so for the higher elevations, but tomorrow don't be shocked even here in Erie if we do get a very brief shower. Could see a few afternoon showers, even a rumble of thunder on Saturday. That's our best chance, and it's still not a great chance at that. Fairly humid for the latter portion of the weekend. And then we get into next week. That's when we could be a bit more unsettled overall as we roll Tuesday and then into Wednesday. But notice those temperatures, they're still staying hot. When you have a lot of heat and you have storm chances, heavy rain, gusty winds, could be a potential there. So we've got our eyes on that portion of the forecast. But really for the next 2 days, it looks dry. And the heat, that will be a bit more of a concern for some, especially those without good AC as we head into the weekend.
We'll have all your top local headlines in that first warning forecast coming up with Amanda Post on Erie News Now at noon. You'll find that on WSEE. And we'll be back here on Facebook Live about the same time tomorrow for another edition of the NOWCAST. I'm Mark Salden. Have a great Thursday.